Kong Republic I like. Speaking your truth on the mic. Hit the subscribe and like. Time to
Kongcast.
Hey, welcome back, Conquerors, to another episode of Kongcast, coming to you right here from Kong Republic Studios. My name is Jans and I am your host, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Kirshan Mudi. Yeah. Yes, and then we have the one and only DJ Nova behind the cameras and behind the audio. And here at Kong Republic, we are a one-stop shop for all entertainers and creatives. You want to do your photo shoot? We have photo shoot services up and running. You want to start your own podcast? You can do so just like the one we have right here. We have a recording studio upstairs as well, ladies and gentlemen, for all the musicians that are looking to make hits, and more hits. And today we have somebody who definitely is not a stranger to that. We have a Summer Award-winning artist, ladies and gentlemen, somebody who is an expert in R&B and Afro-pop, someone who was involved in one of the most competitive competitions in South Africa, singing competitions, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the one, the only Mr. Lungisa Xhamela.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, dude, it's an absolute pleasure,
100%,
bro. Absolute
100%.
pleasure.
Yeah, man.
So normally how we start off the show, get you a couple of icebreakers, just to get you in the mood, in the flow of the questions.
Nice
and
one.
he normally goes first. So.
Yeah, so we know you're a talented singer, son. But is there any other talents that you have that we don't know about?
Jeez. Well, thanks for having me, like I said.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few, but I think the most dumbest one and the one that I enjoy the most doing is it's random. I can literally twist my whole arm 360 right around.
What do you mean?
What do you mean twist your hand?
Shall I show you?
Yeah.
I'll try to show you. Want to start to the show? Great. Literally.
Oh,
wait.
That's so hectic. Oh,
Bro.
oh, my Lord. Yo, are you okay, bro? Are you in pain?
That's my talent.
It's not painful, nothing.
Nah, nothing.
There's no accident that happened that caused that.
No, I think it's that thing of being a child and just practicing one thing and just
And it
stick
just
to it,
happened.
and it's my
Wow.
party trick basically.
That's your wife probably loves
Yeah,
you,
that's
right?
your party trick. That's your party trick straight,
Yeah,
man. Okay, well, my icebreaker is
That is crazy.
Yeah, no, you want you to try it?
No, I can only go like that.
Okay,
Talent,
well,
man, talent.
yeah, talent straight. Well, guy, my icebreaker is you're in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, yeah?
You have 3 superheroes that you can choose. Who you choosing?
Superheroes.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man, man.
Spider-Man,
That's my
oh,
guy.
yeah.
I think because he's childish and also, so youthful and everything. Yeah, Spider-Man's my guy.
Yeah.
Who else?
You look like Spider-Man.
Hey, you're red.
I think
Red.
this is all Spider-Man, this is Arsenal, this is everything.
Arsenal, Makana.
Yeah. Look, I don't know, man. I'm not really into superheroes, but I like Spider-Man, and I don't know, I'd probably say Superman.
Yeah, but he's strong.
Because logically he's like, and probably Thanos, because I'm wearing, these rings.
Okay, Thanos as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Wow, we can definitely.
If you're Thanos, bro, you got Thanos on your side, you're so sorted out.
Yeah,
bro.
straight.
I'm sorted.
Straight. Well, we can get straight into it, man.
Yeah, let's get right into it, sir.
Yeah.
So what age did the whole singing journey start?
I started singing from way back, as far back as I can remember, man. Probably 9 years old, 8 years old, 7, 8, 9, yeah, somewhere there. Started singing in church. My mom, was the one that just pushed me, just go up, sing in church, because I used to sing at home, put the cassette on and sing. And then she was like, you know what, just stop singing at home, go to church and do your thing. And she pushed me, forced me, and today here I am.
Oh, weird, bro. Look
Years
at that.
later.
Yeah, look at that.
Sheesh. And when it comes to church, what role did it play with regards to your music? Like, were you lead choir singer?
Yeah, it played a huge role. I mean, church plays even today a huge role, because I'm still in church even today. It played a huge role in my life. I mean, I always say church gives you like this soulfulness and this truthfulness that you cannot get anywhere else. A lot of R&B artists, started in church, and I guess that's what makes them so soulful and so rich and so true. And same with me. And I started in church, and it gives you something that other genres can never give you. You know, so
You know, the cool thing about like playing at church, I mean, like at least like when I went to church with my friends and stuff, I mean, like there's so many instruments that's involved. You got the drummer, and you got, you know, the different musicians. Did you play any instruments as well? Do you know how to play any instruments?
unfortunately, I don't.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I think
okay.
my instrument is my voice, and my voice is enough. You know, so
If you could play one instrument, what would that be?
I'm starting now to play keys.
Oh,
You know,
really?
yeah, I'm messing around with keys
Okay.
a bit. You know, and you know, for me, it's very fortunate because I'm good with, you know, my ear. You know, I'm really, you know, quick with it. You know, so it's been easy for me to learn, you know, keys, you know, because of my ear. You know, so I'm not starting from scratch. You know, so yeah, keys right now is. I mean, I tried guitar when in my teens. You know, it's just that I don't mess with something that's gonna make me pain. You know, why am I doing music and I've got to feel pain? No. Let's do music. Let's do music.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, quit guitar, just messing around with keyboard now.
But I think keys, I mean, if you could do the keys, you can then, I mean, like, you know, you can do
Yeah,
your
that's
master
like the
anyway.
base of everything.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
like the basis of everything. You can get that right. I mean, even with production as well. You know, not just you know, singing. I'm starting, you know, to produce a few things now.
Oh, fantastic.
You know,
That's
learning
amazing,
the
man.
keys and yeah,
Because
that's it.
you know, I mean, yeah, you can play like I mean, you can't play a guitar alone. It doesn't just work. You know, you can't play drums alone. It doesn't
Yeah.
work. But you can't play, you know, a lot of things
Need a
alone.
combination.
But the keyboard, I mean, it's you know, you plus you know, you've been a singer. I think it's just down your alley. You know, cool, man.
Yeah,
sure.
dude,
For sure.
John Legend vibes.
Yeah.
For sure, man. For sure.
100%. Well, we know you're an artist, you know, but do you have any other artists in the family that also do what you do in your line?
Music has always, you know, been a part of the family, man. My dad, you know, for my immediate family, I think my dad would be the first, you know, person that, you know, took it seriously.
Oh,
In the
okay.
80s, he had his own album, you know,
Really?
cassette, you know, around.
No
yeah,
way.
man, no afro and everything. Very
So
dope.
is he a singer as well, sir?
Yeah, he used to sing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he used
Okay.
to sing a lot. He used to sing a lot. And then, you know, just trickled down to all of us. You know, my brother can sing, my sister can sing, I can sing, my uncles
Yo.
are doing music, you know. So it's just like in the family. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, no, cool, man. But see, we know you've been on Idols, and with Idols you get a lot of experience, like, you know, and they put you, they give you a lot of opportunities as well to work with vocal coaches and stuff like that. So nobody knows it better than you know. How important is it to work with a vocal coach, huh?
Extremely, man.
Really, eh?
Extremely. It's so important, man. It taught me so many things that I even still use today. There was a very, very talented lady called Marley Kelly, a white lady, very, very, very amazing vocal coach. And she was on Idols in my year, I think, in a few years after that. And then I think she went to, The Voice Nigeria. She's still doing The Voice Nigeria now. And she, you know, the voice warm-ups that she used to do for us and also individually, you know, you'd have those one-on-one sessions. Extremely important, you know. I still practice them today, alongside with, you know, she worked with RJ Benjamin, you know, on that season, and even him, you know, the voice warm-ups, the training, the everything that goes into Idols, the whole production. You can tell that, you know, money is put in there, because you know, there's nothing that that is forgotten, and nothing's by mistake. You know? Everything is curated and planned very well. So it really helped. I mean, I still use them today. Everything from the voice warm-ups to the techniques to the everything. Yeah, it's very absolutely important, and it's something that not a lot of artists, you know, do today. You know, especially my alley. You know, I've been doing a lot of R&B and soul, and obviously shifting a bit now. You know, we'll talk a bit about that as well. But in my alley of singers, you know, R&B and soul, I don't see that a lot. You know, in our small, you know, rooms before the show, you know, you never hear that anymore. But before, you know, a while ago, it used to be a thing where singing was taken seriously. But now it's like everyone can do it, so might as well.
I don't know about whether everyone can do it. I wouldn't pay me to sit in a room to
Trust
hear
me,
me,
man.
bro.
If you could put anything together in studio and auto-tune on it,
Yeah.
it sounds dope, and that's why everyone's an artist these days.
I disagree with that. You know, I did a voiceover once, and I sounded more Indian in the recording than after the recording. I'm like, yo, why do I sound more? We can't give this to client, you know. And I never did a voiceover again in my life.
Okay, look, that's a diction thing. That's probably something we can't engineer necessarily. But yeah, I feel you.
Okay, well, when it comes to performing, right, that's something you did a lot on Idols, and you were performing other songs, you know, from other artists and stuff. So what would you say is your favorite artist song to perform aside from your music?
Perform. I did couple actually on Idols.
Yeah.
I did a guy called Eric Benet. He's R&B legend, man. You know, R&B legend, and he actually, when I performed the song, it actually was a thing because he even tweeted me.
Really?
Yeah, even tweet. I mean, Proverb, I think, even announced it on the show that, you know, there's Eric Benet. Last week, Lungisa sang this certain song, and you know, Eric Benet reached out. He even put the whole link, you know, YouTube link, and he posted the actual performance of, here's a guy from South Africa, you know, singing my song. And we actually, for the past the year after that, we kept in contact. And the crazy thing about Eric Benet, he came to SA in 2017. Was it 18 Jan? Between 18 Jan or 17 Jan. And he had a show, you know, I think 2018 January, yeah. He had a show, and we interacted on Twitter. And then the week when I was supposed to meet him, my phone got messed up. We saw a week later. I'm like, guys, look at this. This is Eric Benet replying to my message like, where am I? I'm at Maslow Hotel. Please come through. My flight's gonna leave. And then after that, when he left, I've left, and I'm like, oh my God, I could have met Eric Benet.
Jeez,
one of those things.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll meet him again when he comes to
Yeah,
SA.
definitely. So he's the guy that one of the favorite artists that I, you know, sort of emulate. That's like for corporates, because I don't really do that anymore. But when I'm call for corporates, I do those kind of, you know, those ballads and those covers and stuff like that. But one of my favorite artists in the world is Music Soul Child.
Music Soul Child.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
And performing his songs as well?
Yeah, definitely. I even sing them, you know, because Eric Benet is more ballady and more R&B, which I love, but SA doesn't really mess with that, you know. But when it comes to a bit of more soul, you know, like Music Soul Child, I sing his songs. You know, Anthony Hamilton's more soul as well, you know, I sing his vibes. So they also incline to my, you know, my neo soul vibe as well. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But so let me ask you this, all right? So you got an option to pretty much do a dream collab with anyone, a dream feature with anyone.
Yeah.
All right. Who would you do internationally?
Right now, there's right now, honestly, it would be Burna Boy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Ed Sheeran. You know, those. I mean, they're huge, and it's. I mean, there's a lot of artists. That could mess with, and that potentially will very soon. But I think I'm working towards that. You know, big artists, big arenas, big settings, big festival kind of songs, kind of vibes, kind of collaborations, and that's where we're heading.
Where, bro?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Well, that's where he's definitely heading, and we are heading into an ad break. But before then, we'd like to remind everyone, guys, that we thank you and we love the support you guys have shared for us. We are official nominees. We are nominees for the Podcast of the Year at the African Social Entertainment Awards. Please make sure you vote for us, guys. SMS R2 Kong Republic to 48068, or you can go online on www.aseawards.com/voting, and you can vote online for us then. But from then, we're gonna be back with Lungisa right after this.
And I just want to say, guys, before we cut away, thank you so much, because I mean, we've been doing this 4 months from the start of it, and you know, we really didn't expect to be at this level where we are the only business that's been nominated with a whole bunch of celebrities. You know, I mean, like Young Stunner and you know, Pavi and a whole bunch of other people that's been nominated for this. So thank you. Well, not for our category, but like, you know, in general. So thank you so much. We really appreciate the support.
100%. We'll be back right after this.
Now, for a limited time, get your exclusive photo shoot for only 2,450 Rand and get a free A1 canvas print. This special includes 20 high-resolution images, 3 hours of editing and retouching, 2 background options of your choice, includes photographer, gear hire, assistant, and refreshments. Get your exclusive photo shoot done at Kong Republic Studios based here in Kyalami, Midrand.
Hey, welcome back, Conquerors, to another episode of Kongcast. And today we have a star in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Mr. Lungisa Xhamela. Hey. Having a good interview thus far, guys. And yeah, we're enjoying having you here.
It's
so,
chill, that's nice.
100%.
You guys are nice and chilled.
Awesome stuff. You know, we know that you are a father,
Yeah, man.
right? You are a father. And we wanted to know, when it comes to your inspiration and you writing music, and does your child inspire you in some of the music that you write?
Yeah, Def. I mean, everything in life is an inspiration, you know. And if I write about love, it's not only, you know, the relationship kind of love. It's love. It's love, you know. And I find it from my daughter, I find it from, you know, the person I'm in love with, I find it from my mom, my family, my church, you know, my friends, you know. And yeah, inspiration's everywhere, man. So yeah, so they help me a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And would you say love is your number one like category?
Definitely, man. I mess with love, man. I want to spread love, and it's all I ever say.
All
you know,
you
that
ever
the
say.
world needs love, and that's, I'm just trying to do my part in spreading that sprinkle of love.
100%.
But talking about doing your part, I mean, as a father and as a family man, you obviously, you know, you have a lot of fame. So you know, everyone knows you. I mean, like, do you find dealing with the entertainment industry and your family, is it like hard to, you know, separate the both, or do you find it a challenge, you know, dealing with both?
Yeah, no, man, it is, man, because, you know, everything is a challenge when you're out there. It's thought there. So obviously your family, you know, your immediate things around you, the lifestyle you're living, you know, where you go, how you dress, and all those things, you know, there needs to be a sort of thin line between the reality of life and when you step out and become an artist, you know. And it's not easy to navigate that thin line, you know. But I think the best way is to make it honest, you know, is to make it honest and easy as well. You know, try put on a show or a, what you call this, a PR spin on things. You know, just living your life and be honest about it, and try not to involve a lot of people. You know? Not try to not involve a lot of social media, because it can turn things around and make a mess of anything.
Yeah.
So I try my best not to put the right things online, but you know, put things that I want and I'll be proud of, saying, okay, I shouldn't have done that. No, I don't want that.
So you're very cognizant about what you put out,
Absolutely,
you know, especially
man.
being a family, you know, like a father.
Absolutely, and
a
obviously
child.
learning from certain things that I've done before, you know, things that have gone wrong. You know, you put certain things out prematurely, and it's a bad thing. Or you put certain disputes, you know, whether it's from record label or your partner or anything that's negative online. People swallow it up and make it huge, you know. So I try my best to just put the good things, you know, the things that I want people, you know, to sort of see. However, you know, it's kind of changing a bit now, because I'm sort of, you know, drawing people into, you know, more of who I am. And let's see how that goes.
Your life in general, just I see.
Yeah.
Well, most people definitely know you from Idols, bro.
Sure.
Right? And I wanted to know, was Idol something that you always wanted to do, or was it suggested by someone? Because we know you entered the competition the year before you actually got into the competition.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so was it always something you wanted, or was it just suggested and then you just ran with it?
I loved the show, man. You know, I loved the show. I used to watch it probably, so maybe since 2010, maybe I can remember. Or maybe 2008, 9, maybe I can remember. You know, 9, let's say. And I think I remember Kaya's year was 2011.
Yes.
Or so, somewhere there. Or 12, I don't know. And then a friend of mine, Vincent Bones.
Oh.
He went 2013.
Yes.
No. He went
won.
2014. Sorry.
Yeah, he won the whole
We went the same year. We went the same year, 2014. But he went on to win.
Yeah.
But that year, when I went first, I was the first one to go home at Sun City. Got the golden ticket, excited, booked the bus, packed my clothes full of new clothes, new vibes, and new songs and everything, ready to go. Excited, family's excited. And I got to Sun City, I was the first one to go home.
Sheesh.
You know, they didn't give us the chance to prepare, like literally from the bus. They say the cameras went inside the bus and say, guys, right now we're not even gonna give you guys a chance to go put your bags away. You've come all the way from your homes. Let's go straight into the hall. We are auditioning again. So I was ill prepared and I learned from my lesson. Came back the next year, 2015. I made sure to kill everything. Yeah. I made sure to kill everything, man. From the songs that I prepared for, you know, I prepared very, very hard, you know, from the way I look, from the way I talk, from the way, you know, everything, my whole story. Because that's the thing about Idols as well. It's a show, you know. So a lot of people ask for advice from me, you know, through DMs, which, hey, Lungisa, I want to go to Idols or whatever. What's your advice? And I would always say that, guys, it's a show. If you're talented, yeah, that's great, but like put on a show, you know, have a story. And that's what I had, you know. I spoke about my daughter a lot, spoke about my family, you know, and I was, you know, this guy in Bashle and swag and give this persona, you know, and I think I killed it, man. I gave the people a show.
Oh, definitely. Definitely, bro.
Yeah, so yeah.
So tell me something, sir. I mean, that's it, you know, being on Idols is a really big thing. It really is. So how did that whole experience change your life?
Hey man, it changed it. It changed it. It was drastic, man. The change from, because the thing is, I was an artist before Idols. You know, I mean, I've there's even like YouTube videos that I still have of me being an artist. You know, pre Idol fame, and that was quite a big thing in Cape Town. You know, Western Cape area. You know, even Eastern Cape. You know,
yeah.
That whole area. And I thought I was there. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm gonna make it as an artist, but like, I just want to go to Idols. And I thought I had made it, but when I went to the show, I was like, man, this is fame. You know, this is like proper fame. When you're on the show, you realize, man, this show is huge. It's international.
Yeah.
You know, so it came with a lot of that. You know, a lot of the fame, and it changed my life. You know, in drastic ways, man. It opened doors. It opened doors. It made me, you know, obviously become a household name. After that, I was able to, you know, record songs and release my own material. And then after that, got signed, you know, fortunately. And all those things are just, you know, a momentum from the show, you know, momentum from the show. And it made me become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger instead of staying in Cape Town, just, you know, flatlining it and not growing, you know. So it grew me, and it just changed my life, transformed everything.
Sheesh, man. All right, but I mean, with the good definitely comes bad, you know. Well, I wouldn't even say bad. Like a challenge isn't a bad thing, you know. So I would want to ask is, on the Idol show, what sort of challenges did you face that would you say improved your skill set? As a performer, as a singer, as an artist?
It's the shows back to back, the pace of it. You know, it's all action. And the thing is that people don't realize is that it's not only the day that you perform. It's every single day. And sometimes...
Is it every day?
Every single day you're singing and you're rehearsing. And sometimes you choose a song for 2 weeks time, you know, not knowing that you're going to be here in 2 weeks time, but you have to rehearse the song because, you know, the band has to be on point, the whole production has to be on point, the different, you know, sections of the song, the bridges of the song. So you're preparing for songs for this coming week, for next week, for the other week, you know. So it's really, really hectic. So the pace.
It seems stressful.
It's crazy, you know. And then obviously there's the group performances, you know, on the show as well. So you have to rehearse your song, you have to do the group performances, you know, you have to just be on point with everything. And so vocally, it stretches you, you know, it really, really, if you're not ready for it, it can really, really stretch you. Fortunately, I stood the test of time.
Definitely.
Stood the test of time all the way till top 10. And once you get to top 10, it's like it's free reign, you know, anyone can go home at any time. So top 10, whether you go out first or number 10, it's just you've made top 10. You know what I mean? So those are the things that really stretched me. I think the pace of the intensity of it, the shows, I think that's really what that tested me and challenged me. And obviously, you know, naysayers, you know, comments from people, different fans from no, I'm not votelu Karabo, I'm not votelu Matem, and then now your fans are like fighting them online, and then now it's a thing, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. And the thing is millions of people, you know what I mean? And then the comments is like thousands of people commenting, you know. So I think one advice they gave us is to, you know, have a strong, you know, backbone, you know, sort of a thick skull. That's what they, you know, and not take it to heart, man. People are bored out there, you know, and whatever they say online, it's probably just the reflection of how they feel, you know. And so I took that from then until now. It's still today. Even if they can say whatever, dude, we know what we've achieved and what we're still gonna achieve, you know. So yeah, that challenged me, but it helped, you know. It helped. It helped. Yeah.
But you know, talking about challenges, right? You know, like you said, Idols is a show. Idols is a show where it's international show where millions of people is watching this content. You know, it's really good. I mean, it wouldn't be still going if it wasn't such a strong, powerful thing, you know? And it's going, like you said, all over the world it's happening. So, you know, part of the Idol show is that they want you to be stagemen. They want you to go out and perform and, you know, prepare and stuff like that. So my question to you, sir, I mean, what is the challenges with live performances, especially on Idols, because this is not a normal live performance. This is people looking at you and critiquing you and judging you, and millions more looking at you. So obviously the pressure is not just like you going on stage and performing. There's a whole thought and train process behind this. So what would you say is these kind of challenges when you're doing specifically live performances?
Man, it's stressful, man, because you know the thing is about Etna is that you know that it's live. First of all, it's not like it's a show where they're gonna say cut and no. It's really stressful because it's like this is it, and so we rehearse mostly. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday are at the theater, at State Theater. You know, not at the rehearsal home, or I'm not at where the idols, you know, live. So you'd go to the venue and you'd rehearse and you'd have you know, so those what you call this, those dry runs, you know, and you get used to it. But when you're on the Sunday, you'd know that it's Sunday. Today is Sunday. You know, from when you wake up, it's like, okay, tweets, you know, Facebook, your family's there, you know, your song is ready. There's so many things you got to get right. From your outfit. You know, obviously you don't, you know, you're not in charge necessarily. That's why some of my outfits on Idols are like, guys, come on, really, you know. But a lot of them are things that I had a hand in, you know. But those are the kind of things that you worry about, you know, how you're gonna look, and you know, your in-ear, is it because those that vibe that you put in, is it fine, you know, is the sound fine, is the pack fine, you know, and just differently your cue, because your in-ear, it gives you that sound which, okay, now 1, 2, chorus, now verse. Sometimes you can't hear that because it's so loud and everyone's like, sometimes you can't hear that. So you have to be cognizant of so many things at one time. You know, so everyone's like loud and you have to be like 1, 2, okay, yeah. Then you look at, you know, the guy playing drums, like, okay, now we know we're in sync, and you gotta be, people don't see all those things that are behind it. And another thing is during the performance, you know, the director would want you to at certain moments, you know, look at the camera at certain moments, because at certain moments when you're sort of doing a certain dance or certain wink or certain, everything is specific to a certain time. Like, okay, it's going to be red at the moment you have to look at it, and all those things you have to be cognizant of. So yeah, it's pretty stressful.
And sing at the same time.
It's crazy. And sometimes dancing.
Dancing as well.
Sometimes dancing.
Sheesh, man.
So yeah.
Like one thing we can say is that the Idols experience, you know, has definitely opened, you know, the doors for you and opportunities and stuff. But I'm sure it's also, you know, put you in line with a lot of influential people and relationships you've built, you know. So we want to dive into that of like, what influential relationships have you made from the show that still impact you today?
There's when I was in the show, I probably met the whole of the freaking music industry.
Oh yeah?
I don't even remember some of the people that I've met.
Oh wow!
I took pictures. Sometimes I go on Instagram and oh whoa! Remember we took a picture of the
Yeah.
Because it's such a blur moment whereby you just caught up in such a crazy fame moment that AKA could be rehearsing right next to you and you don't realize you're chatting to AKA or chatting to whoever at that particular moment. And only realize that when you're off the show, I'm like, oh wait, remember we had the moment with MT at the final? He was actually there at the final. I had to chill with them and we did that whole roll-up thing, and all those things, and who else? So many people, man. There's so many people. But right now that I've worked with Moby Dixon, I've worked with Mr. Loon, MSK. Manu Wallstar was the guy, especially after we did Nalingi.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah,
at
huge
that time,
track, man.
So,
huge track.
So to get him on my track after that was pretty huge as well. But for me, the biggest thing was getting a hold of people that can hold my career intact. Artists, are just, are just artists, but it's not something I really took note of okay, whose number I have, or who artist have I met, or who am I interacting. The people that really I was concerned about is who's going to take care of my career. And to be signed after that, I signed with Allegro, which is a PR company. Then after that, I signed with Fifth Season, which takes care of so many other people, like AKA. And so many other artists. I mean, the time that I was in this table, Ami Faku was in this table as well.
Oh, wow.
AKA myself, Focalistic was in this table. I don't know if they still are. Manu Worldstar was in this. So it was Trezor as well. So to be in that environment for me was really great. And then after that, signing to Gallo Records, of which I still am signed now. I'm not signed to Fifth Season anymore, but I'm signed to Gallo. And I think that was important for me is to establish myself. That's why on my album there's not much collaborations, because I'm about not necessarily about me, but at that first album was about, this is what I can take out without the help of a lot of collaborations. So yeah, as much as Idol was great, I don't think in terms of artists it's something I really took notice of who I've met and not really excited 100%. About that necessarily, but yeah.
You were concerned about the foundation of the career. I was concerned
about myself, my foundation, what we can do and what we can achieve.
Yes.
And I think we're going good.
That's very smart though to do. So I mean, you never get caught up with the hype and the fame and stuff. You were actually thinking about this from a long run perspective.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking.
And it clearly worked out. You know, I mean, like, because the names you just dropped is not really. they're like heavyweights, bro. And to be surrounded with a team that works on, similar people, you got the right team behind you. And being an artist, it's so important, your team. Your team is so important. Even here, like we do believe that, like, our team is like really important, and you have the right people there, they'll make you, and you have the wrong people there, they'll break you. So I think it's a very smart strategical move. Okay. But going back to performances, right? We know you did a lot of performances. We know there was a lot of challenges. But I want to ask your opinion. After going through this whole experience on Idols and learning the things you did and finding out the things you didn't know, and who would you say, in your opinion, today would be the top 3 performers in the world in terms of stage presence?
Oh man, my top 1 is Chris Brown.
Okay. Good choice right there.
Chris Brown, man. Chris Brown. The reason why I didn't early on say that I want to collab with Chris Brown, it's not that, like, okay guys, don't take this badly, but he would smoke me. Like
you're very good.
I'm extremely. I'm in his alley. I'm right behind him. Right now, there's no one in R&B that's killing it in South African. Lungisa Xhamela.
There we are.
However, it's Chris Brown, man. I would collab with Ed Sheeran and still feel like there's a place for me because we're not similar. But with Chris Brown, man, like it would be so tough.
Sheesh.
But if an opportunity like that would ever arise, man, I'd kill it.
It is what
but
it
yeah,
is.
Chris Brown's definitely my number 1.
Yeah, but we'll be in the crowd supporting you. So.
No, 100%. So you have Chris Brown, you have Ed Sheeran, who's the third?
Burner.
Little boy.
Burner.
Stage presence, huh?
I don't know, but Ed Sheeran's performance-wise, in terms of it being busy, but it's very musical. You know, because other people see performance as, okay, what's your stage presence? Are you moving around and all that, making the crowd go wild? But he's like stationary. He's got his guitar. He's got his pedals, and he loops, you know, does these crazy loops that no one else in the world does. You know, they do it, but not to his level, you know. So I think that creatively is something I would mess with.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Proper, man. Well, guys, we're definitely going to be back right after this ad break with the Mr. Lungisa Xhamela. But before then, we would like to remind you guys that we are official nominees, you know, for Podcast of the Year at the African Social Entertainment Awards.
Thank you, guys.
We would really, appreciate all the support, guys. Please vote for us on R2 Kong Republic. To the number 48068, and then you can also vote online on www.aseawards.co.za/voting. You can vote as many times as you want, guys. We'd really love and appreciate the support. But before then, we're gonna be right back after this.
Now, for a limited time, get your exclusive photo shoot for only 2,450 Rand and get a free A1 canvas print. This special includes 20 high-resolution images, 3 hours of editing and retouching, 2 background options of your choice, includes photographer, gear hire, assistant, and refreshments. Get your exclusive photo shoot done at Kong Republic Studios based here in Kyalami, Midrand.
Hey, welcome back, Conquerors, to another episode of Kongcast, and today we are sitting with a Summer Award-winning artist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Lungisa Xhamela. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, you know, it's been a great interview thus far. We're definitely going to go into your highlights, my G, right?
Yeah, man.
So I have something I want to show you right now.
Yeah, man.
This is with you, with your parents, right?
Man. Come on.
And you have the legendary, you know? Yeah. You have the legendary Summer Award in your hands right there, man.
My baby right here.
Your baby right there, man. I wanted to ask, man, describe the feeling of winning your first Summer?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal.
Oh, yeah?
Unreal, man. And not to say that I didn't think I'd ever win one. It's one of my biggest dreams, you know. So to achieve it, you know, at a time where I didn't think, you know, anything was possible, you know, because let's remember, I wrote this album, My Heart to Your Soul, at a very strange place in my life, you know. A lot of things were happening, you know, left, right, and center. And I started losing a lot of things from gigs to friends, you know when the money starts going,
right?
It's you know, you start losing, you know, a lot of people that were you before.
The money goes with it. They go with the money.
Yeah. And so a lot of things were just, you know, being, you know, messed up. I lost an apartment that I used to stay in.
Oh, jeez.
Crazy stuff, man. So I was really in a slump, in a really bad place.
And you wrote it throughout this?
And throughout that year, 2019, you know, I did that whole album and I finished it in the same year. And I mean, recording it even was a problem, you know.
Really?
Yeah, like just, you know, the stress that I was going through, you know, and just, I guess I poured my heart, you know, and everything into it. And you can clearly hear that, you know, in the emotion, the writing, the level of, not perfection necessarily, but cleaning up. I took such a long time to make sure this album is proper, you know, and, you know, to get that reward in that time, it's pretty special, man. Unreal and pretty special.
I'm sure, like, it kind of, when you look back at it, you know, like, it was because, you know, they say you gotta hit your bottom to go make your way out, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure when you got this, it was that turning point.
Yeah, it was crazy, because once you bottom, like, you're right, there's nowhere else you can go.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, okay, God, okay, where are you taking me? But anyway, there's nothing more I can take. So we're only going high from here.
But how's that for a turning point?
Hey, bro,
It's not even like, hey man, I got a free coupon.
Yeah.
It's like
even being nominated. You know, even being nominated. Already for me, that was like, what? That's crazy. I remember submitting, because we released in September or October, September. of 2019, and I remember submitting December and January of that year, 2019, 2020, and 2020 I was at home. December I was at home, and I remember getting the email from the psalmist saying, okay, everything's submitted now. Gallo has submitted everything and all of those, and we're discussing that with family, and they're like, hey, bro, what if you take one home? What if it actually happens, type of thing. And I think they believed in me, and they're like, hey, it could happen, and this album is so good, they're putting, and I was like, guys, let's just see how it goes. So being nominated first of all, around August of that year, I think around July maybe of that year, and then maybe a few months after winning the award, it was just unreal, unreal and very special, man, because I didn't think it was going to happen. I wished it to happen. Worked hard for it to happen. It's on merit,
Nah, well, it happened, bro.
But
it happened, yeah.
Definitely happened.
It was crazy.
But let's talk about My Heart and Soul. It won you, Asama. I mean, it's amazing what this project has, and you saying there were so many challenges in between making this project, but and you said it took so long as well. So how much time did you spend on that album? Because it's a fantastic album, I must say.
Probably a year and a half or a year.
Oh wow! So you actually spent some time on it, eh?
Probably a year and a half. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's My Heart to Your Soul. Because I remember releasing "I Love Letter," which is a crazy single that did so well on my album. That was 2018, around end of 2018. They released that, So that was beginning of me transitioning from dance music into the slower music. And now we're actually transitioning back
into dance
again, dance again,
into groove now.
Yeah, now we're grooving again.
Yeah.
Is there some piano in that groove?
Hey,
man, can we talk about my new music?
Yeah,
of course, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let's do it.
Man, you can even see I'm already swagged up.
Hey, you can see the excitement in your face, even, bro. Yeah.
People, I want people to see from the get-go, that this is a different artist. I've done the R&B stuff, done the soul stuff, neo soul, and obviously I'm still that artist. But now, people know, I'm so versatile, and this is just one of the branches that I've ventured into. So it's dance. I remember when I was on Idols, Randall was one of the people that used to say, hey man, Lungisa is probably one of the most versatile people I've ever met.
Yes.
And I took that and I'm like, hey, this guy's right. Because there's no genre that I'm not
capable of doing.
Tapping into. I mean, so this is just one of the branches that I and I can't wait, man, because it's special. Ebona is genre that's been taking over, which is my piano. I've been pausing, to get into it because I was just busy with my stuff and really, really fixated on trying to get the best out of my first project and something that's going to represent my musicality. But now I can play. I've won the award. There's,
you did.
I can even mess around and win an award with playing around. Of which that's what I'm aiming for. So. It's got elements of piano, obviously.
Fantastic.
There we go.
I love it.
Yeah, it's got elements of piano, obviously. But very, very different. I wouldn't say very, very different, but you can tell that I ain't got my piano. It's very different. It's very. First of all, let's start with the BPM, which is like the tempo.
Beat per minute. Yeah. I know. Musical guys. Yeah.
So I'd start there, man. Very laid down. My piano is probably like 112 up. I don't know where they are. They're high.
Yeah.
As we here, 100 BPM or even less sometimes, or just somewhere there. And very laid down, but something that is my musicality is not going to be lost in there because I'm taking my musicality and bringing my dance and swaggy element and marrying the two worlds together. And let's see what big explosion is going to happen.
Hey,
I'm so excited.
That's exciting.
I'm super keen.
The music, everyone that I play the music for is
they're going crazy
excited.
for it.
I played for Gallo, my record label. of the week, and I can definitely say that. Yeah, they want to open the checkbooks now.
Hey.
I have one question.
Yeah,
Is
man.
there a lock drum in your sub?
What? yeah. I'm telling you, bro. But like not in a harsh way, not in a it doesn't violate you.
In
your
the
way,
lockdown doesn't
in your way,
violate you.
yeah,
Oh man, yeah.
Brings us all together.
Yeah. I can't really describe it to anything that's out there now. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
first-
We want to experience it.
I don't want to describe it to anything that's out there. But it's very new. It's very fresh. I mean, there's no one that's doing it because there's guys that are doing mapiano that are rapping.
Yes.
I mean, there's a new song with AKA. There's Nasty C. It's got lock drum.
Lemonade.
It's hip hop, but it's they're rapping on it. And it's got lock drum. And then there's guys like vocalistic. He's not really rapping on it. It's like really like Guaito kind of on the mapiano beat. It's not singing. And there's girls that are singing on my piano, proper
Bossy.
singing.
Yes.
Me, Nkosazana daughter, other people that are singing my piano. And I'm actually, I was just like trying to sing on my piano, or I don't know what they're doing, So I'm not necessarily, dissing it, but. Out here, something Soweto. He's probably the only person that I can probably rate that's killing it.
100%.
Probably the only person I can rate that's actually singing and killing it. And everyone else trying to sound like something Soweto. Every single other second artist trying to sound like some girl. And I'm not up for that, I just want to be different. So let's see how it goes.
So it's crazy because I think you answered my next question, which is like, what are you trying to do besides, just R&B and, your general Afro-pop and neo-soul and stuff. So you clearly answered that question.
We're going to the new vibe now, going to this new vibe. Let's not necessarily join the bandwagon, but, putting our foot in to say that we can mess with this as well, but in our own way. You know what I mean? So while we're still hot and while the genre is still hot, let's have a foot in there.
100%. Well, I mean, currently right now you have 112K followers on Insta. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
112,000.
Yeah, man. And, a couple of other followings, on other platforms
People
as
love
well.
you, man.
Yeah, people love you straight,
crazy.
I wanted to know, when it comes to the growth of your following, right? What was it before Idols? And for it to be 112K now?
Oh, I don't know. I probably...
You remember?
Yeah, I have no idea. But it just keeps growing. I mean, the biggest fan base will probably be on Facebook. I think my main page has got 180 something followers.
Oh, wow.
8,000 something there. And then there's another page, an Idols page as well, which I still use as well. It's got 170, 50, I don't know, somewhere there. And there's another page as well, which is my main page because there's a main, artist page. And then there's the Idols page, which they gave us, but I can still handle. It got the numbers, but I don't really use because I don't really... The brand of Idols I've been trying to let go of and trying to, shed it off my brand.
Yes.
I use it when it's convenient for me, but I just want people's perception of me to just be clean slate type of thing. So I use it when I can. And then my main page is my account. It's got 180. So it's pretty lot. Yeah. But Instagram, it grows. It grows from time to time when I post. I mean, we've been quiet for quite some time now, on purpose, And that's the thing that I do as well, take these hiatus and take these little breaks that I do, because you're not always relevant. And that's the thing about artists; they don't recognize that you're not always relevant. And when you're not relevant, you gotta take a seat back. I learned this a lot from. I think I was watching Jamie Foxx's interview quite some time years ago, probably 10 years ago or so, or a while ago. Where he's talking about if he doesn't have a movie out or song out, he'll stay at home. He'll stay at home, leave people to go on the red carpet. And that's also part of the reason why I have rejected about 3 summer invites. Sure. 2016, 17, 18. Straight after Idol 16, 17, 18. I think 17, 18, other guys that I was on Idols with were... nominated Abokarabo and stuff, and I was invited, to all those things, all those years, and I declined because you might be hot in terms of people knowing you, but you have nothing out that's relevant, and that's my thing. I don't want to just be out there like, okay, what's out, what's hot that you have right now, and now people are going to start seeing me being out because we doing the music, we're going to drop the music, we're going to drop the projects, and more other more things. So it's like. Now, hi.
That's crazy. That's such an honest answer. So, thank you for your honesty. I mean, the fact of the matter that you can actually get off your high horse, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I mean, because you are a celebrity, and actually say, hey, you know what? If you're not relevant, you're not relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of people will say that. You know what I mean? So and
because it's people are scared of putting it out there. That the people will actually believe it, and they won't get to where they need to get. I'm gonna get there regardless of what people think and what I say, and so it's the type of thing of be real with the situation so that you can actually get to where you want to get. So that's me. Right?
No, but that's great, man. But like I say, I mean, you have this massive following on multiple pages, you know. So I mean, what does social media? Because now you got the huge following on multiple platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and multiple accounts as well. What does having such a massive following? What does it do to you as an individual? Like, what kind of opportunities does it create? Not only necessarily create. I'm talking about what is the positive point of
There's a lot, man. Everything is digital these days. Everything is, social and influence vibes. I remember benefiting from so many things. I've been ambassador of Bolt. I was ambassador of that, for quite some time. I did some shoes, formal shoes with Maserati, which is an Italian brand. I did Lentes and Marcos, which is a Spanish, shades brand. And all of those are influence vibes, and I did that.
So you did a lot of brand deals.
I did a lot of brand deals. I think that goes to show how powerful social media is. So I benefited quite a lot from having numbers.
No, that's great. That's great.
Well, I mean, you mentioned, your catalog of music, and one of those is definitely your hit song, I Love Letter.
Oh yeah, right? Come on now.
So
come on.
We're a production company, right? So we want to know, like, when it comes to this storyline and this love song, basically, what was the creative concept behind this? Like, tell us about.
That's a crisp video.
Crisp, very crisp video, man.
Go check out the Love Letter. For still 150,000?
135K.
Yeah, check it out. Let's take it to 150 real quick.
One time.
A guy called Andile. I forgot his surname, but he's a director from Cape Town. He's actually very dope. He wrote everything. He came up with the whole concept. I remember I was flying there with Benza from 5th Season, flying there to because we shot it in Cape Town. We shot the video in Cape Town.
Oh, okay.
And he just had everything for us: the rollout plan, the everything, the story, who's gonna be, everything, every single thing from A to Z. He had it covered. We just obviously guided him on what we want. Because the song is very traditional. It's Afro soul and it's very traditional.
Very good as well.
It's
very good.
Yeah, sure. But the easiest thing to do is to go put on a traditional attire and go to the bundus and sing.
But that's the thing.
And sing, that's the easiest thing to attack, aesthetically. But that's not my brand necessarily. I'm clean and I'm Santon, basically. But at the same time, doing course and I speak as close. But that's where we decided. Let's not make it go lobola, and go to the bundis and type of thing. But just make it who you actually are and what you actually like, and people will mess with it, and they actually do.
But that's the thing. It's not a traditional, like, when I say traditional, I'm not talking about in a cultural sense. I'm talking about genre sense. I mean, like, it's not that there at all. It's not a stereotypical video.
Exactly.
It's so like storytelling involved.
Relationship.
And you don't see that from South African artists. You don't. So there's always those set scenes and those set things you have to kind of have. I mean, there's no. And this year there's a full-on story and
Full on.
like a dialogue, and you can see that expression in your music, kind of thing,
sure.
which sells the song, you know.
Yeah,
and so we love the fact that it was just it was not a normal video, and it's also very clean. You know, very very clean.
Yeah, no, and it's definitely a highest viewed music video for a reason, man. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we enjoyed the creative concept behind it as well.
Yeah, man.
But man, we come to the end of our stuff, and basically, we just want to thank you for being here and stuff like this, and for being on the show. We want to offer you a free photo shoot valued at $5,000, bro. You come set it up, speak to our people. Yeah, let's get the shoot going. But man, just a last point. That camera there.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you? I know you're dropping a new album. When can we expect it? And yeah, tell your fans, man.
Tell your fans what's up.
Thanks, guys, so much for following me all these years, all this time, and finally, I've got something that's coming out. And November, let's just say November, because I've been pushing for the end of this month, and let's just put it in November. And I'm so excited, man, because it's something different from me. The whole vibe, the whole look, the whole feel, the stories that I'm telling, and letting you guys in a different feel of myself is going to be very, very exciting. So I'll see you guys at the clubs. I'll see you guys at the festivals. I'll see you guys, at all these big, events as well. So I can't wait. Follow me on social media, obviously. Instagram, Lungisa Xhamela. Facebook, Lungisa Nathan Xhamela. Twitter, Lungisa Music with a Q at the end. So yeah, man.
Cool, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, G.
You know where our studios is now?
Yes.
We are official family. All right, you come through, you hit us up whenever you want to hit us up. Talk to us whenever you want to talk to us. Man, feel free to come through whenever you want. And yeah, let's do some work together.
100%.
Appreciate it.
Well, guys, that is it from us here at Kongcast and in Kong Republic Studios. We are with the Summer Award winning artist, Mr. Lungisa Xhamela. We'd like to thank you guys for watching, guys, and we'd like to thank you for the support that you guys can definitely show us by voting, because we are nominees for the podcast of the year
Thank you,
the
guys.
African Social Entertainment Awards, guys. Please vote R2 Kong Republic to 48068. You can also vote online, www.aseawards.co.za/voting. But from everybody here at Kong Republic, we would like to say safe. Y'all be good.
Kong Republic, I like speaking your truth on the mic. Hit the subscribe and like. Time to
Kongcast.